So hello everyone, my name is Hubert. I'm an Android developer for about a year now. I was an ex-fund manager at ING Investment Management, managing around 500 million. And I started to look at the Android market about a year and a half ago. And I didn't find the application that, as an investor and trader, I was looking for. So I started to develop it myself, hoping that it would be interesting for other people. So essentially, my Android application, the way I would describe it, is the only one on Android that this is using stock logos. I wanted to do something more sexy than the typical financial application out there. I'm providing more screening data. So, I mean, for example, here you see the year-to-date performance. So the performance on 2010 for every stock into the NASDAQ index. Of course, the NASDAQ index is the major tech index in the US. But I'm doing the same application for, not yet the Bell 20, but IBEX, MIB, FTSE, and these kind of indexes. I'm also providing some data on companies like EPS, which is earning per share, so some sense of valuation of these stocks and growth, because valuation by itself doesn't say anything. You need to look also at growth of these companies. Of course, any financial application needs to show charts, moving averages, different kind of charts, bar charts, candlestick charts, anything that people are expecting to find into your application. And also, of course, you need access to the news. So right now, I'm providing a few screenings on the NASDAQ 100, but also for Dow Jones and the other major indexes. That's also a major difference than a typical Android application on finance. You need to type in every ticker, every company, and I find it more useful to have the whole index and then make a screening on that. It gives a ID generation tool for investors. So right now I'm providing a few screenings like the gainers and losers every day, the volume leaders, so what are the stocks moving the market today, the year-to-date performance, any stock making a new 52 weeks high. That's very important because these stocks go into what we call uncharted territory, so very interesting names. Gaps up, it's very powerful for traders. So stocks that gaps up or down, that means that they open with a sort of uncharted range. It's also very interesting for traders. Market caps gives you a sense of how big are these companies. Price earnings, that's valuation, and EPS growth, that's earning per share growth, that gives you a sense of how quickly these companies are growing. I'm also providing some new features that I'm trying to add every month, like a watch list, a favorite list. So when you see a stock that looks interesting, then you can quickly flag it and maybe follow it a few days later and see if that stock is going one way or another. Of course, financial news on stocks, market news, also sharing quickly any top of the list on Twitter. The next step for me, I make a deal with an expert trader. He's going to provide a daily market commentary into the application. People will be able to set alerts, so buy and sell alerts on stocks. You will be also, while users are asking me to, on top of the traditional index stocks, to add their own stocks also to the list. So that's the next step. Revenue growth, because I'm providing EPS growth, which is earning per share growth, but people are asking me, what are the best stocks in terms of growth? So I'm going to provide that kind of screen. I'm going to try to improve the design and user interface of the application. I'm doing all this by myself, and I'm not a designer, so I'm going to ask for help in that part. And initially, the application is a little bit slow to load because there's all the stock logos and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to improve that. So this is the NASDAQ 100 application, roughly 10K downloads right now. Let's switch to a quick video. Where is it? Show me. So this is a quick demo. I'd invite you to maybe download the application and take a quick look because it has already changed quite a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to try to explain a little bit what it is. Of course, the music is not into the application itself. It's just for the fun, right? So this is the screen of the stocks going up and down on that day. That day was a very good day for Apple. Then you can quickly go to the losers of the day. As I said, it's the only application that's showing stock logos. That's something that people appreciate. So 52 weeks highs, that all the stocks making a new 52-week high today. Well, that's the day of the demo, of course. Very powerful for traders because these stocks are into uncharted territory. So usually the resistance level on the way up is less. That stock is going down a lot and making a new 52-week high. You can see that $50 is a new low that day. So be careful if you own that stock. Gaps up and down, that was I was describing before. So depending on the news, you would try to go either go on the way of on the direction of the gap. For example, Apple there, you see there is a big jump there. The stock is gapping up, we call that. The application itself is smoother, but here it's the demo on the emulator. I think I'm going to stop here and go back to the presentation. Okay. So these are the other indexes that I provide. So Dow Jones, FTSE, CAC, DAX, IBEX, and MIB, and all the other application I did. And I'm providing free and pro applications. So, okay. Just maybe I finish with that. If you want to try the pro application today, just tweet about it. And I'm providing free access to the first 20 tweets.